Hello guys, welcome to another market review. We are gonna cover only three instruments today. It's gonna be EURUSD, SPX, and USOIL. So let's kick off with the euro. Last week we got the direction of the move right. We were betting on upside, but we fell short because we were aiming towards this zone, but um, of course, we had a weekly move of 110 pips, so that's pretty normal. It's not high volatility, it's not low, it's just an average. So that's okay. And when we drop into the hourly, there was a specific level I marked out, which was this low from 2 weeks ago. This high inside this low, and the reason I marked it is because you had this massive move lower, and this could be the first sign of a reversal. So when you get a candle like this, it looks like a hammer, and you break above it, you want to watch the reaction when price tags that level, right? So we broke below it, close above it, broke below it again, and what was key for me and knowing the relevance of that level was that we formed this bearish engulfing right at that level, and this was a trade by itself. You could have gone short just at the close of this candle with the stop at the high and just trade it lower. But come the next week, which was we opened around here. We already had this test of the level, this one, and then during the week we had here. So pretty important level. And what was important for me was once we broke above it, we also had support there. Even though we lost it, then we tested our monthly open and we traded above it, and then we lost it. So I think this level on the hourly is not gonna give relevant or significant reactions because it's just been tested many times. But what caught my attention last week on the close was the fact that even though we broke above this hammer high, which we saw it was spotted on the hourly, we were not able to close for 5 days above that candle, and we formed this ugly SFP. So the week opens, right? Today's Monday, and we just sell off a bit, and we even trade below the monthly open, but then we reclaim it. So as we were trading lower, I thought to myself, well, maybe that daily SFP is important and we're going to trade lower, but you look at the current daily candle, which is going to close in just about 30 minutes, and if it closes like this, it just shapes, I think, the rest of the weekly candle, and we're going to have a bullish bias. And the reason was I've been waiting for, ever since I spotted that level of resistance, that hammer high, I've been waiting for a daily close above that level, and we had all this failure. This is the first success we've had above that level. So a close like that will get me interested in longs, and I'm open to the fact that we could maybe even trade somewhere around the monthly open, and that would offer great, great risk reward in my opinion for the longs. I'm not too sure if we're gonna get it. What I'm gonna do though is because I think this could be the low of the week, and my target is somewhere on here. This is already a 3-hour trade, and I'm more than happy to take it. However, what I'm gonna do This is, leave a limit order with just half the size, and look for ways to scale in if we drop lower and then reclaim again. I would have an order somewhere around here. And also, if we get some sort of bullish price action, um, bullish engulfing, hammers, something like that, I would look to add to that position, because I'm betting on the fact that this is the low of the week. And I think I explained it already, why I'm aiming for this level here. Is because there's a massive inefficiency that we haven't even traded into. So I think prices wants to gravitate towards that zone. So yeah, so that this is the trade I want to take. And if we measure it, this is the current weekly low, right? Something around 120 pips. It's not crazy. It could very well happen. I would absolutely look to maybe scale out a bit here. But when you measure the last week, it was somewhere around 110 pips, and it was a small and quite slow week with nothing much happening. So we could absolutely get this move this week, or come very close to it. I think 115 is one of the first targets. It would make for around 2-hour trade. So yeah, but this is the idea. Start scaling from the weekly open and watch the price action. It absolutely shouldn't take out this zone, because this is a daily hammer we've made, and it's not because it's a daily hammer, but because we've struggled so much closing above this hammer high from 2 weeks ago, that makes this a like strong statement and the behavior to expect from this market for the remainder of the week. So that's the euro covered and my views on it. I wanted to jump into the SPX, and for that I'm gonna use this chart, yeah, because I think when you look at this, I mean it's been quite strong. Last month we went nowhere. We just had a dip, and it's just been some sort of consolidation, respecting this trend line. And you could also draw a trend line from these highs. So you can see that today we've breaking above this zone of SR, in my opinion, and the moving averages are pointing higher. So it's not only that we've had this consolidation, it's that I think momentum's been building up, and we are going to see a breakout, and we are already seeing it on a daily. This is the first daily close above this trend line, also a daily close above this zone after we've built momentum, and now the 1221s are pointing higher, and you also have the greater period moving averages also all compressing at this zone. So I've opened a long somewhere around here with a stop at this low, and I think this should just keep pushing, and I think it should at least take out this high. I don't know if this week. Yeah, I think it's a decent target for this week, but I'm looking to hold this as a sort of a swing for the remainder of the month, and maybe push into higher levels somewhere around like 7,700. So that's my view on the ES, and I wanted to cover US oil. It's been a while since we covered it. I think last time we covered it was somewhere around here. when we were bullish, even though we didn't capitalize on this whole move and rates a period of volatility. We were able to spot this. So now price has done something that's caught my attention, and that's we've closed this gap, which on daily doesn't look well. Yeah, it's not a massive gap, but we've closed it, and this was the last high we made before we started aggressively trending higher. So I think we're at a point where shorts don't even make sense. And you look at the reaction at this last high, and we've SFP'd that high, and we close above it. Now, what's important to me is, again, just like I mentioned on the euro, spotting this candle here, which is the one of the first good-looking candles that could be the first ones to lead into a reversal or a short-term bounce. Just like this candle here, right? And actually, if we look into the hourly, you will see what I mean. So this was the daily candle, and I wanted to see the reaction of that market, and you could see how the market opened with a gap and closed it, and it was a decent short from that level in order to continue the trend. So I want to see the market give me a daily close above it. I'm not going to take any trade based off the hourly unless I get some specific price action, but I just think that we've sold off considerably, and if on the daily I'm looking at something like this to happen, I want to see this market trade above it, close above it on a daily time frame, and I would be bid at that high. If that happens, then you can reclaim that monthly open, and then we could also use this as another pivot. So this level is important, and this one is as well. So daily close above this one position in on a retest, and daily close above the monthly open, then another position. And I don't know how high this could go, but I think from here maybe push towards the high 70s is very feasible. So yeah, that's the review for this week. Hope you found it useful, and as always, we'll review this next week.